U.S. Spec Ops buying too many armed Overwatch planes. We should have had T-Bear in for this.
We should have. I think
that's a cool aircraft.
Yeah, that thing is so
cool. Yeah. There's 2 people in there, dude. Look at it.
I know.
Yep.
How'd they squeeze the other guy in there?
Oh, no. What's he for? Let's be honest.
U.S. Special Operations Command should reconsider its plan to buy 75 armed Overwatch aircraft, a government watchdog said Thursday. The Government Accountability Office recommended the command slow down its acquisition of the AT-802U Sky
Warden.
Its choice for armed Overwatch program beginning in fiscal 2025 until SOCOM carries out a more thorough analysis for the fleet. SOCOM in 2022 selected the single-engine 2-person Sky Warden made by L3 Harris Technologies and Air Tractor for the program and expects to spend $2.2 billion to buy the planes through FY 2029. The Sky Warden is intended to carry out close air support, precision strike, and armed intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance missions for its counterterrorism operations in irregular warfare. But the study SOCOM performed to decide it needed 75 armed Overwatch planes relied on unproven assumptions and didn't justify a fleet of that size, GAO said in its report titled Special Operations Forces DoD should slow acquisition of armed Overwatch aircraft until it conducts needed analysis. And that is the gist of the article.
Awesome. Dude, T-Bear's got a picture of himself standing next to one with the big tire.
Yeah. Yeah,
I guess it doesn't have the big tire, but it's a big aircraft next to a small T-Bear. One U.S. T-Bear.
I've always been a fan of the whole idea of like a low-cost light attack airplane.
Was this the airplane that they were given to the Afghanistan Air Force? So there's probably some like the Taliban has now? Because I seem to remember, because
you're right.
It made me think of it when I saw the dude sitting in the back, because I remember that they were like, hey, I've got to sit in the back and I've got to have my sidearm ready to go in case. Was that this airplane?
I don't think it's an air tractor, man. I think
was it the Takano?
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Where they were like, hey, I don't want them behind me because.
But I mean, either way, I love the idea of a single engine turboprop light attack airplane.
Well, is that dual FLIRs? Like what's?
I don't know. It looks like it.
It looks like 2. They don't look like they look like more like a helicopter FLIR.
And are those rocket pods or gun pods?
I bet you they're the APIC rockets, the laser guided rockets.
That thing, you know how fun that thing would be. Whew.
Oh, dude. I mean,
yeah.
But your return to target is 100 feet.
Yeah,
like you're literally a crop duster.
And the one thing I don't like though is I'm pretty sure those guys aren't sitting in ejection seats. Because I mean, look how close they are, right? I would not want to be in any kind of light attack, close air support kind of machine.
No,
an ejection seat, dude. That would be a little scary.
Do you need one though? Because you just landed. I mean, it's like
you got a point.
40 knot stall speed, man. You just land.
What if you're missing a wing?
Well, it's going to land a lot harder.
That's what I'm saying.
It's going to be much more. But I'm curious. So that actually off to the left wing looks like a sniper or a lightning pod. So I don't know what those 2 identical.
They look like the traffic, like they have on the nose of a traffic helicopter.
Yeah, like an MX-15 or an MX-10. L3 makes the MX-15, the MX-10, but it's pretty cool, man. I think it's good for what you're trying to do. It'd be good for like the Marines, forward arming and refuel, or the Army, forward arming and refueling, austere environments. I mean, it's what a crop duster does.
Yep, 100%.
So the thing is, though, how is it in mountainous terrain?
Depends on how loaded it is, man. I mean,
but even the A-10, I mean, it struggled at Bagram. If it got heavy loaded, hot, heavy day, I knew a guy, his call sign was Skip, because he, picked up the gear and still skipped off the end of the runway and took off.
In an A-10?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Skid's checking in.
Well, dude, in a hot summer day in Fallon, if you had a decent bomb load on the Hornet, she was a little lazy.
You wouldn't skip though. You wouldn't. If you skipped in the Hornet.
No, you wouldn't skip.
Things were about to happen to good people.
But she was pretty lazy. It was like, oh my gosh, like come on.
Yeah. Did it say how many they bought? That was too many.
$2 billion worth, right?
They planned for 75.
Oh, 75. That is a lot.
that cuts into the Fat Amy budget. They can buy one F-35 or 75.
Well, it cuts into the EX budget too. There was an article today that just came out about them going to Kadena. And what do you need more of? A low threat, close air support? Because everybody argues that the A-10 is not suitable for a near peer environment. This thing for sure is not suitable for a near peer environment, but is great for the Israeli conflict.
What we've been doing for the last
20 years.
25 years, right?
Whatever happens when the Venezuelan thing pops off, day 69 of the war, not necessarily day 6, but 69 and beyond. In certain areas, $30 million a pop. That used to be how much a Viper would cost.
Yeah. That's how much Pete Mitchell's Tomcat cost, right?
Tomcats.
That's a big gamble with a $30 million plane, isn't it?
Oh, good point.
Dang, man, inflation, it'll get you.